Heritage, coming up in this week's Campus Connect, we're taking a trip to the Moonlit Sanctuary and exploring what Pajama Day was in primary last term. We'll also take a look at our Book Week parade plus plenty more highlights from across our school. All that and more in this week's Campus Connect. Good morning, Heritage. It's Friday, August 29th, and you're watching Campus Connect, your weekly summary of what's been happening across our school.
It's been another big week with creative projects, exciting events, and plenty of wins to celebrate. I'm Will.
And I'm Avreen, here to bring you the best of what's been happening.
Before we dive in, watch carefully for this week's hidden graphic. Spotting it could win you a prize at the end of the term.
Let's roll into this week's highlights.
Year 1 students ventured out on an exciting excursion to Moonlit Sanctuary where they explored Australia's unique wildlife up close. They hand-fed kangaroos, observed koalas and colourful bird life, and engaged in hands-on learning experiences. The excursion was a meaningful experience that deepened their understanding of biological sciences while encouraging respect and responsibility for God's creation.
Some polka dots. I saw the leaf insect, and there was a baby leaf insect too. Feed the kangaroos and touch the snake.
Book Week was full of fun and imagination at our Narre kindergarten, with characters like Dr. Zeus, Thomas the Tank Engine, princesses, heroes, and even sports stars coming to life. One of our biggest surprises was a giant great white shark making an appearance, but it turned out to be none other than Mr. A himself.
How are you all alright? Everyone good?
The Year 7 students took part in a creative assignment called Heaven in a Box, a chance to share what their understanding of what heaven might look like. Students could either create an art project or design a sensory activity, and most chose the sensory option, using everyday objects like lights, craft materials, and even 3D printing to bring their ideas to life. Each project was inspired by Bible teachings about heaven, making it a powerful mix of creativity, imagination, and faith.
They were so excited, and for me as a teacher, it was eye-opening to see what the students were capable in a art sense and in a creative space. It's important because we all learn differently, and some of us are strong visual learners or auditory learners, and some are kinesthetic, and most of us are a combination of all. It's an opportunity for spiritual growth for every student to consider our Christian philosophy.
At Narre campus, the Breakfast Club, also known as Toast Express, is helping students start their day right. With support from the Wellbeing Team, SRC, parents and donations from students, it provides free nutritious meals, promotes healthy eating and creates a positive start to the school day. This will soon be available at Officer Campus.
Last term, our primary students took part in a National Pajama Day. It was full of colour and coziness. Every year level from ELC to primary took part with some comfortable attire. But this was not just about PJs, it was linked with something more powerful.
Through the Backpacks for Vic Kids program, students and families donated toys for the Christmas for Kids in Care initiative. These toys will go into Santa packs, which are given to children who aren't fortunate enough to receive presents at Christmas time across Victoria.
The goal this year is to pack more than 7,000 Santa packs, making sure every child feels seen and celebrated at Christmas.
So basically we're a charity that provides material aid, so things, for children in out-of-home care across Victoria and Tasmania. Some children in our community aren't fortunate enough to receive gifts at Christmas time. Some are, but some miss out. So programs like this and the support of toy drives and things like that really allow us to make sure that all children are receiving something at Christmas time and they're not forgotten. How it works is we receive lots of amazing donations here at Backpacks, and we essentially take them all upstairs to what we call the North Pole at Backpacks, and we lay them all out on a table and we sort them based on the child's gender and age. So we'll sort all the Lego into one pile and all of the puzzles into another, all the baby things into another pile, and then we put them all on the shelves. So then after that we have an idea of what we're going to pack. Santa sack is like a drawstring bag that's hand sewn by our volunteers. And then you get a beautiful gift, and in that Santa pack we always put at least a book, a soft toy to cuddle, and a movement gift to get the child up and moving and playing. So it might be like a basketball or, you know, a model plane that they can play with, and a stillness item. So something that they can sit and relax with for their emotional well-being. So it might be a colouring book or something to that effect, some craft. We've put lots of other awesome items in there, but we make sure that those things are ticked off, so then there's something in there for everyone. Then the Santa packs go into our van, and the van takes them to this big storage facility, which is really kindly donated to us. Then when it comes to around November, we start distributing them. So we receive requests from, you know, foster carers or from organisations that support children in out-of-home care. And then we start to fill orders. So a carer might say, you know, I've got a boy aged 8 with us and a little girl who's aged 3. So then we'll provide those families with 2 Santa packs for the children to have something to open at Christmas where they might otherwise not have anything. So we are so grateful, because donations from Heritage College and, you know, other really generous schools like you guys help us to do what we do and make sure that all children feel supported and like they've got something to open on Christmas morning. Without donations like this, we actually couldn't do what we do. So it's really important and meaningful that you guys do toy drives like this. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to support all the kids we do.
Each week, we share a Bible verse that connects to one of our school values, and this week, the focus is on respect.
And to share this week's verse, we have one of our teachers.
Hi, I'm Mrs. A, and today's value verse is from Titus 2:7-8. And you yourself must be an example to them by doing good works of every kind. Let everything you do reflect the integrity and seriousness of your teaching.
Hey everyone, I'm Sienna, and this is your weekly sports report. It's been a busy week for our primary and secondary students, with some incredible games and stand-up performances. On Tuesday, our Year 5 and 6 teams represented Heritage at KC netball competition. The Heritage College Sapphires found hard and came away with 3 wins from 6 games. Meanwhile, the Heritage College Diamonds were unstoppable. They went undefeated, winning the finals in their pool and proudly bringing home medals. We also had our Year 5 and Year 6 students representing Heritage in the ASV soccer competition at the Narre Christian College. The NCP soccer team finished 5th. The OCP soccer team placed 6th. A huge congratulations to all our junior athletics for the effort and the sportsmanship they all showed out on the field. Over at our secondary, our intermediate Year 9 and 10 teams were in action this week, taking on some tough competitions. Boys soccer had a nail-biter against Maranatha, but unfortunately went down 3-4. Girls netball had a tough game, fell short with just 5-9 against Maranatha. Over in girls volleyball, Heritage absolutely dominated, winning 2-0 sets with an incredible score of 50 out of 10 against Cairo Christian School. And in the boys basketball, they had an incredible team effort, absolutely defeating Mount Evelyn for 47-36. That's a wrap for this week's sport. A big well done to every player for giving their best and representing Heritage with pride. I'm Sienna, and I'll see you next time.
It's been another wonderful week here at Heritage with so many moments worth celebrating.
Before we can wrap up, don't forget our trivia night is happening on the 20th of September. Spaces are limited this year, so be sure to pre-register and secure your table for fun.
The night will raise funds for our Year 12 service trip. Alongside the trivia, the Year 12s will also be selling food and drinks, so it's a massive night you don't want to miss out on. Make sure you register either via this QR code or by clicking the register button on the Campus Connect Chronicle.
And as always, we've hidden this week's graphic somewhere in the episode. Did you catch it?
If you did, make sure to submit your guess through the Campus Connect Chronicle entry form for a chance to win a prize at the end of the term.
That's all for this week, but we'll be back with more stories, more highlights, and plenty more to share. Have a great weekend.
Hi, I'm Mrs. A, and today's Bible verse is from Titus. Sorry, I stopped it up again.
Plenty more to share. Have a great weekend. Yeah.
Always gets everyone. All right, cool. So,
Hey everyone, I'm Sienna, and this is
School celebrated Book Week with colour, creativity, and a love for reading.
Seriousness of your teaching. Do I have to say anything else?